Howdy ho, Lions fans. Welcome to the Detroit Lions podcast. Green Bay Packers cheese-eating motherfucker victory edition FTP. This is episode 494 of your Detroit Lions podcast, the official Detroit Lions podcast for Reddit. I am your dashing host, Chris, and with me is the most elegant young man. You can see it in his eyes, Sandman. Sandman, it's so good to have you back, brother. How are you doing today?
God. It's so good to be back. It's, what a nice win today. Hard to complain. The only thing I really have to complain about here is that I need to buy another new webcam, apparently.
I'm sorry.
This is my third one. What's going on? It's like my musk is just like killing the components inside or something. I don't know.
It's that victory musk. It's just so moist in there. Everybody loves that word. All right, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about today's game. We're going to cover Coach Campbell's post-game presser. If there's any players going on, we'll get them in there as well. We'll do a roundtable discussion, and we'll take your calls. It's like morning, guys. We're getting ready for the St. Jude 24-hour show already. This is training. This is nothing. This is easy. We got a great show lined up. We got a great show lined up. Sandman, are you ready to go, my brother?
Let's do it.
Let's kick this off and break it down.
Ooh. Oh my God. Okay, let's just start with the first half.
Let's do it.
Oh, my confidence was at an all-time high, my brother. My confidence was at an all-time high. Was there a discussion at halftime about, hey, we got to do something to maybe pull the ratings back up because people are going to abandon this and go to bed early tonight?
That's I never like to blame refs for things, but it sure kind of feels like that at times, and it's sad. It's sad when, the NFL consistently gets huge things wrong against the Lions. I've never once heard of the clock running to zero. As far as I know, that's never happened before because that's such a easy to do thing. Hit zero, blow your whistle, run to the tunnel.
Yeah, and if you're not sure, let the play run. Go do your own look, right? I guess it's not reviewable. I don't know if that means you can't throw a flag for a review or the officials can't review, but it's silly that it's not. That first half was great. It doesn't matter. We beat the refs. We beat the silliness. Yep. There was some bad calls the other way. I saw a Sewell holding that got let go. There's some other stuff. And I'm glad they called that the kick that got us that last touchdown. The jump over the center, the unsportsmanlike conduct. That was great. It was awesome. I didn't hear an FTP chant there, but I did hear a whole number of fans. I want to shout out to all the fans that went to Lambeau and just laid it on. I heard Let's Go Lions on TV on the stream from Amazon so many times. Thank you, fans. You are some of the best fans in the world. That was great.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that I think it's underappreciated because every team has fans in the stands that don't know the official or unofficial way that you do it is your offense is out there, you're quiet. But what happens is opposing team fans show up, they start making noise, the other fans don't like it, they start to boo the fans that are making noise, and now all of a sudden you've got a decent amount of stuff going on while their offense is on the field, and that's great, man. The Lions fans showed up today. They've been showing up.
Kansas City
is great.
Was something big and a huge win, right? We stumbled. We stumbled in Seattle. That hurt. But then Atlanta to turn around and beat that team. And then, look, the third quarter was a little wobbly, but we frankly curb stomped those Green Bay Packers today. Jerry Jacobs, really quick shout out, 2 INTs. Jerry's back. He had a couple things that didn't go right. There was a couple pretty crappy looking. Yeah. Jerry, good job, my man. We never let go of you. You got it going on. 2 INTs, and those were crucial ones too. Those were big ball, turn the game around kind of plays. So very much love for Jerry on that today. I'm loving it, brother. I'm loving this Lions team. We've talked about how it's kind of a different feel this year.
Yep. It is. Like I was on Twitter while watching the game, and I was seeing a lot of doom and gloom. Like the Packers scored, and then they got a 2-point conversion, and then they scored again. And all I could think about is how many times I have been the Packers. I've been rooting for, for the team that's the Packers. And it never worked out for the Lions. The Lions would kind of have like a mid-game spurt.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, we're kind of coming back. And then the other team would score once and put it away, and then it just wasn't. And we need to get used to that being us.
Yeah.
We need to be used to, who cares? Who cares that they scored? We're going to go down and score next time. Who cares? It's not a big deal.
Yep. We've talked
And
about
really,
Lions fans learning how to win. That is absolutely it.
And like you said, it was an absolute curb stomping. We rushed for 43 times for 211 yards. You can't, you don't win against a team that does that.
No.
That's incredible.
No. It was fantastical. It was absolutely fantastical. And I mean, just a couple things. I've seen some talk about Gibbs, how Gibbs did. Let me pull my stats up here really quick. Gibbs today running the ball 8 for 40, 5-yard average. I don't know who's talking about Gibbs not being the guy in this game. I've seen some people out there. 8 for 40, 5-yard average, 9-yard long. That's great. That's good, solid stuff. We saw him 4 for 11 with a 3-yard average and receiving the ball. I'm good with that. Laporta in the first half was fire. It looked like he got tweaked a little there, though. That last catch, they showed him on the sideline, breathing heavy, a little bit unhappy, and like dirt all over his face. Of course, I don't know if that's what kind of slowed him down in the second half. But he looked a little tweaked up. Branch was scary. Then he came back. Then he was scary again. The 10 days, the 10 days is so good. Right, the play before Branch got hurt the second time, he made a leap. So Love was throwing the ball out of bounds, and Branch leapt. So I was like, "Oh my God, he's okay. He jumped so high. It's okay. He's fine." And then next play went down. I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I'm excited that this was a Thursday night game. Those extra 3-4 days of rest and recovery are going to be paramount.
Yeah.
Even, Decker didn't seem like his normal self. I think he was able to play, obviously, but I think he was still not 100% at all. David Montgomery, what bruise? What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
When we talk about Gibbs and how in his spot duty he looks really good, and people are going to complain that he was the 12th pick and he's not getting enough use. The reality is that when David Montgomery is out there, he is playing out of his mind. Out of his mind. He's turning.
Let me get Dan Campbell in here.
5 yards.
We got Dan Campbell coming.
Really, it was a total team effort, and it's easy to go through here, and it's actually not easy to go through here and start picking out individual players. There's a ton of guys that played really well, but
I'll fix this.
I didn't realize this, but that was David Montgomery's first time to get a win against the Packers, so that's pretty impressive. And 3 touchdowns, first time that we've had a Lions running back that's gotten that here at Lambeau, so that's pretty impressive. But look, our defense continues to play well. I thought they were a force today. We talked about having the energy and our intensity and being able to deliver in the tough moments, and I thought we did that. I thought we did that, and offensively we were able to move the football. We ran it well. We had a couple of shaky spots, but man, we closed that game out with the offense, and special teams continues to play well for us. So it was a great team effort, man. Everybody had a hand in that one.
And Montgomery about coming out starting fast to the season. Get off to a 3-1 start, set the tone for his first division victory. I guess what does it do for you guys? That first division victory kind of set the tone for the NFC.
Well, I think it's, look, you talk about, we have our own standards, our own goals of what we wanted to do, and certainly one of those is to win the division. You got to win. You got to win your division games, and man, if you can get them on the road, that goes a long way. So we knew that, and this is important. It's not the end-all, be-all, but it is important. And so to be able to get a division win, it's also a conference win. That's also 2 wins in a row. It's on the road.
It's 3-1. It's
You know,
Kings of the
puts us
North.
3-1 at the quarter. I'm really happy with where we're at. I'm proud of the guys, the staff, everybody. I mean, that was outstanding. You know, to be able to snap back on a short week with that type of performance was really good.
No, that's their audio.
Mm-hmm.
Was that part of your game plan going in? Were you confident where it was at, or did you need to kind of see it and play that one by ear?
No, I felt pretty good by yesterday.
See.
By yesterday evening, I was able to watch him the day before, and then just watching him yesterday move around a little bit, and you could just see the look in his eye too. You know, he looked ready to go. He was ready to go, and you could tell his body looked ready to go. And so certainly we were going to take him where we could take him. You know, as far as he wanted to go or his body would let him, and it was certainly able to go.
Defensively, 27 rushing yards. I think for them, some of it was dictated by the score there late, but early on, you set the tone, stopping their run. You guys could really do it.
Stop the fucking pack, baby.
How important was that for this week's?
It was important. It's always important, you know, that you make a team one-dimensional. But we felt like they were going to come out and take some shots early, and they did. They were going to try to throw it a little bit, and you know, see if they could make some hay in the back end, and so that didn't, you know, that they weren't able to necessarily do that, and so they tried to get to the run a little bit late, but our guys handled everything well. You know, it was an outstanding defensive performance. You know, AG once again has done a heck of a job, and you know, that's 2 weeks in a row now that we're playing outstanding defense. You know, and everybody's playing together. We are playing with violence. We're playing smart. We're disciplined. We're getting takeaways. So there's signs of good defense.
Sorry, that fast start, I think that was probably as good a half as you guys have played football, not just this year, but since you've been here. How much of that is due to the atmosphere being here, something that really got them going, and then conversely, the third quarter, was that just maybe you guys taking the foot off the gas a little bit?
No, I mean, I think, look, we certainly 8 months ago we were here, and so we know we're capable of winning out here. A majority of the guys that were there are here, so you know, there's that. I think we do enjoy it out here. It is a pretty unique environment, you know.
And it's warm right
we've been
now, so it's
fortunate
all right.
to be able to go to Arrowhead and Lambeau. You know, I just think they're historic places, man. There's an aura about them, and I think our guys enjoy it. I know I enjoy it. It's pretty special. So.
For a real help.
It was good. And look, we talked about at halftime, you know, that nobody should be satisfied. We can't let our foot off the gas. And look, man, they made a little push there. And but I'm not shocked by that. They shouldn't be shocked. And that's the ebbs and flows of a game. Just because you come out and you're playing pretty good and you don't feel like anything's going wrong, you'll get a shift. Inevitably, there'll be a shift. And they were able to make some plays. They hit a shot play right at the end of the third. And what I love is nobody got panicked. Guys didn't get panicked. Hell, they may pull it within a touchdown and 8. You can't worry about all that. You just got to clean up the errors. Everybody stay calm, handle one play at a time, and go do your job.
As you said, Jerry Jacobs a couple weeks ago, he's got Emmanuel Mosley about to be breathing down his neck for playing time.
Mm-hmm.
About the way Jerry stepped up with the 2 picks.
Yeah, it was outstanding, man. You know, Jerry got us the takeaways today, and look, that's 2 weeks in a row. He's playing pretty good, you know. And you know, he had a little bit of a rough one, Seattle. Every player does, but he's bounced back, you know, and that's what we all expected from Jerry. He's a competitor, and it means something to him. He works at it. He works extremely hard, and he is competitive. So I thought it was great, you know, to be able to get 2 of those. So, look, man, he's very much a piece of the puzzle here, you know, and Jerry will always be a part of this team this year, no matter what that is, because he's got plenty of versatility, flexibility to play defense, special teams, you name it.
Yeah, and as you said, quarter of the season past year, but you guys are 3-1. You're in the driver's seat in the division. You haven't been here before. Are you curious to find out how the team's going to respond to playing in the lead now?
No, I'm not going to worry. Look, maybe at some point here, but I'm going to enjoy this weekend first. But look, I think what we have to do is come back, and I know what you're asking. We have to come back, you know, after these players get these days off here, and we got to refocus, go back to work, just like we've done the last couple of weeks here. recenter our focus and understand. And I just keep making this point, man, nothing is given in this league. There are no handouts. You got to go take it. You got to earn it. And you should assume that every game's going to come down to the wire, and every play matters. And man, we've done that the last 2 weeks collectively as a group. And as long as we continue to do that, no matter what, we'll always have a chance to win.
We asked a couple more about the fan base before, but I mean, you go from these historic fields, you go from Arrowhead, you go here, and you look down, you see all those blue, and at the end of the game, like, how do you guys feel when you see all the Lions?
It's pretty cool. We got a fan base. I mean, it's what you always think of, man, a player and a coach, you go on the road, man, no matter where I've been, the Steelers, the Raiders, all these teams that have these and man, you're starting to notice it. It's like, oh, okay, here we go, man. To your point, we go out to Arrowhead, there's a big fan base. We come out here, man, I was, and we remember last year, but you look and you see them, and once again, early in the fourth, late third, you can start hearing them, and they're overpowering the stadium. So it's awesome. It's awesome. You feel like there's a little piece of home no matter where you go.
Why do you think your guys play so well in these primetime games on those lines?
I don't know. Look, I think, it's a good question. I just think it's something that we talk about, we prepare for. We always try to emphasize that man, you should really live in the moment. You should embrace it. You should enjoy it. It shouldn't be a stressful situation, It should be one of those that one day you're going to look back and say, man, that was a special moment to be able to play under the lights with my teammates, with these guys, and get a big win or make some plays out there. And so I think it's something we always talk about. And look, we're playing pretty good right now.
Okay, last one. Shot player, they hit at the end of the third quarter. Imagine that's challengeable, but time seemed to expire. You get an explanation for that.
They said it was a catch.
With Brad Branch,
So what are you trying to ask? I mean, what do you want me to say?
Kick his ass, Dan. Kick his ass.
Oh, I don't. Look, I'm not even getting into that. I mean, it doesn't. I felt like it was probably about what I know it as anymore. It got off, I mean, because they're going to, ball's thrown, and they're going to look, or they look, then the ball's thrown, and then, And so it was 0, it's not 0. Wait, it is 0? Okay. Don't ask me. I don't know, Dave, to answer your question.
Real quick, last one. With Brian Branch, we saw the ankle early, came back.
Yeah.
Again, was that a re-aggravation or was it something different?
It was, same injuries he had earlier. We'll know more. I mean, obviously, it's good news that he was able to come back out there. So, all right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good stuff. Woo! 4 in a row.
I
at
love
Lambeau.
Dan Campbell. I love Dan Campbell process, man. They're great.
Yeah.
So much information.
Oh God, he's fantastic. I mean, he doesn't just, it's not, how to say, it's not BS. You know what I mean? It's just
he
real.
means it.
Yeah.
All that coach speak that he says, all that, NFL mumbo jumbo, he means that.
Yeah.
So it
100%.
feels different. You're right. It does.
Yeah. Oh, I love me some Dan. All right. We will keep watching and see who comes up from a player's perspective as far as the press box. But as we do that, we want to hear from you like we always do. We love to take your calls. 563, 587. Oh, the numbers keep climbing after a Lions victory in Lambeau over the creepy Packer freaks. I mean, it's so creepy over there. They call their quarterback Love. You can get in here and join the show with us. Really quick, donate to St. Jude. Help us out. We're trying to raise some money for some sick kids, sick families. stjude.org/DLP, fully tax deductible. We'll hit that later. You can join us live. 248-782-8384. We'll get you on the show. 248-782-8384. We'll take your calls. We'll put you on the show, but you will be interrupted if a player hits the podium. So please just understand that. He sidestepped the question with Branch. He sure did, but that's okay. While we're waiting for our first call, do we want to talk a little bit about, let's just talk about the defense. And I think there's a first half defense, a third quarter defense, and a fourth quarter defense. I think the first half defense was just pressure. Love was freaking out. They made some good changes. They had some good conversations in the locker room at halftime, and they made adjustments. Third quarter, we had to get our stuff together. We did, and in the fourth quarter, we closed the game out. Looked really, really good on defense, and we were able to adjust to their adjustments. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink so far?
Hey, it's Doc Zay from the Slack.
Hey, how you doing, Doc Zay?
Hey, I can't complain. You never complain when the Lions beat the Packers, right?
Never.
And I've had, what, 2? I've been good.
Okay. All right. We can go with that. What do you got for us, brother?
What a game. I mean, 4 in a row. I don't even have a question. Just 4 in a row. We did it.
I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but I can't. You know what I mean? I don't know how.
Yeah, people were asking me I wore my Lions jersey to work, and people were asking me, are you going to win? And I didn't want to be overconfident or anything. But, I mean, what a fucking game.
Yeah. Sandman, did you have, I heard you in there. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, I think it's always tough for these games because it's hard. Same thing. I get it at my job, too. People asking me what I think. Are they going to win? Are they not going to win? Why are they going to win? And I'm at the point now where I just say they're going to win because they're the better team. And that's just the bottom line. They are the better team. I don't know the last time I could say that the Lions legitimately were a better team than their opponents, and that's why they're winning. But I think we can start to say that now.
Well, the fans have to get used to that. The fans have to learn how to win, and I think you see half the fan base still struggling with that concept.
Yeah. Hey, Zay, we're going to move on. The calls are flying off the hook. We're going to keep doing our thing. All right, man?
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
Thanks.
you. All right? Be good, Zay.
All right.
That's a really big cat. Whoops. Let's get right into it. Sorry. I got to handle my buttons appropriately. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink in the Ohio area codes?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. All right. Good.
Yeah, turn down your radio. There you go. All right, well.
Oh, hello. Am I on?
Yes. How you doing, brother?
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I'm from Vancouver, Canada, actually. I was born in Windsor and everything, and I'm watching the game down in Vancouver. And I got to tell you something, man. I mean...
You got to not listen on the computer, bro. You got to just talk on the phone.
Oh, just talk on the phone?
Yeah,
all right, yeah, absolutely. So the thing that I wanted to get at is, I don't know if you noticed this, but once St. Brown scored that touchdown, he was actually a Packers fan there, rained. What it looked like was like some sugary diet energy drink beverage. It was not even a beer, I'll tell you. I'm just a little disappointed with what I was seeing in Wisconsin. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I was. That's the kind of thing that I usually see someone escort out. Hold on, we got Jared Goff at the podium, bro. I'm going to let you go. We're going to get Goff in. We'll talk to you. All right. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, cheers.
All right. Cool. Let's get over here to Goff.
You guys kind of rode him all game today.
We did, yeah. He was doing a hell of a job, and that O-line was doing a hell of a job opening up for him. But even on the runs that weren't quite as clean, he was making something happen, and was certainly kind of the engine for us today and getting us going.
Jared, talked about this last week, the mistake early,
Yeah.
back, you settled down, and you had a touchdown, but just the ability to rebound on the road,
Yeah.
how important it was in this game.
Yeah, just again, bad play by me, and really, I got that's 3 games in a row now. I got to find a way to clean it up and not do that again. But like you said, bouncing back is the MO, and I've done a pretty good job of that, of finding a way to bounce back when things are bad or you make a bad play, and try to do that all night. And wasn't maybe my sharpest tonight, but did everything I needed to do to win.
You knew they were going to make a push in the second half, and to have that 8+ minute drive, it was 12 plays and 75 yards to about 8 minutes. How rewarding is that to run the clock?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge when you're winning the game and you're able to run it like we were. It changes everything for us, and being able to just kind of wear them down, and also run clock. I think our defense kept us in a game where we weren't forced to push it down the field as much as we may usually have to, and it was good.
Jared, what's it like on the sideline in the huddle, just when that first half is going? Because it seemed like after I think you guys could really do no wrong. Your defense was playing, the offense was moving the ball. What's the level of fun that you guys are having?
Yeah, it was fun, man. It really was, and it's complimentary football. That's what the good teams do. I make a bad play, they hold them to 3. They get a turnover, we score points. That type of stuff, and it's what the good teams do. And again, our defense played great, and you'd like to stop having to talk about responding to stuff and being able to get over the hump. But our defense kept us in it, man, and it made it really easy for us on offense to continue to run the ball the way we were and know that they were going to get stops.
You've been on a lot of good offenses in this league. To have the ability to be explosive the way you were in the first half, but then to finish it kind of a ground and pound, how unique is it to have kind of both at your disposal?
That's when we're at our best. When we can run it the way we were today, and you got the play action off of it, you got some drop back off of it, you got all sorts of things off of it. That's when we're at our best. And I thought our O-line played great, and gutsy performance by them too. I mean, like Taylor Decker banged up. He deserves a hell of a lot of credit for being out there tonight and fighting his ass off and doing his thing, and doesn't get maybe the credit he deserves sometimes at left tackle for us and what he's done. Obviously the other guys did their things too, but thinking about him and his battle tonight was pretty impressive.
Sure, as the Lions have struggled in the Lambeau Field, Green Bay, it feels like the tide is kind of changing. Kind of in your era, in your generation, you're going through changing. How comfortable do you feel on this stage, and how does it feel to change this narrative a little bit in the process of you guys being on the winning end now?
Yeah, it feels great. I feel very comfortable with it. We felt like we really dominated the whole game. Maybe take out 10 minutes of the fourth quarter. Other than that, we really dominated the whole game, and it's what we expect to do. We have a good team, and we have a good offense, a good defense, a good special teams. We got good skill players. We got good line on both sides. Like we should do that at times when things are clicking, like they were in the second quarter, like you mentioned. But yeah, it's something we're comfortable with, and we know who we are, but we got to keep doing it. It's hard. Every week's gonna be hard. Next week will be hard. So we got to keep going like this. Yeah. Yeah. Send us anywhere. Send us anywhere. We'll be ready, and that's the way we're built.
You mentioned dominant. It's 2 in a row, but really all 3 phases dominant victories. Do you feel in any way that this was a statement that kind of proclaiming yourself as division favorites?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it was a good division win. There's still so much left. Maybe we have that conversation in December about making that hopefully a bigger win than this. But yeah, it's a great division win. The ones on the road are the hardest, and in the division they almost feel like they're worth more. And it's good to get these ones on a short week. They're on a short week. We get the long break now. It's a lot of fun.
You have talked about your comfort and confidence though, just this season. Do you feel that through the entire roster now, just a comfort level and confidence that you guys are going to walk in and beat anyone that you face?
Sure. Yeah, we do. We have that confidence. Yeah, like I said, send us anywhere, line us up against anyone, and we feel like we can go in there and beat them, and that's a good feeling to have. Does it always going to happen? I don't know, but we feel like we can, and we have that confidence in ourselves and our coaches and each other, and we're working together pretty well right now.
When you say those things, right, they can beat anyone and send us anywhere. I think a lot of people.
Oh my God, their audio sucks every time. What is wrong? Come on, guys.
Yeah, I think it's not hard because it's so early. It's 4 games in. Yeah, we're 3-1. We're in the leading the division. We feel good, but at some point in the season, we're going to hit some real adversity. It always happens. It happens to every team. And knowing when that moment happens, kind of grabbing it and pushing through it will be our true test, and that'll come at some point. And hopefully it's not too bad, but you know what I mean. Like we're going to have to work through something at some point, and that's how we'll know what we're made of. I know what we're made of, but you're going to have to prove it.
Twice now in 9 months, you come to Lambeau and walked off thousands of Lions fans.
Yeah.
That starting to feel like the norm
Yeah.
now.
They're the best, man. They're the best. They showed out tonight like they did on that Sunday night game last year, and yeah, that's a feeling that's unlike any other when you're walking off that field and they're cheering like that and on the road, and especially when you think about from where we've come, it's a pretty good feeling, and we got to keep winning for them.
And then run route touchdown.
All right, there you go. That's it. They love to cut those off and run commercials instead of letting the players talk, but whatever, that's their thing. Purple Rain 24/7 Vikings fan just liked and subscribed. You're welcome aboard the train, my friend. Get yourself some blue.
Go.
Get the Blue Rain 24/7 and you'll be all right. Oh man. All right, let's get back to the calls. The calls are flying in. Let's see if we can get somebody in here. All right, we'll see. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink so far?
Hi, it's Nick, and Joey's over here too, and we're in the garage.
Uh-oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We've had dinner with these folks before.
We have. We've had a phenomenal dinner with you before. No, dinner was not in the garage, but nonetheless.
How you doing, Nick? Nick, good to hear from you.
It's good to hear you too. No, we're doing wonderful. First off, we want to agree. Chris, I need you to continue to offer your services to the Lions to fix their audio problems.
I would offer my services anytime to them to help them. They're in desperate need of some Chris.
They are very much in desperate need. No, we wanted to call in because, we saw you guys last year. And because of you guys, we had a chance to meet Jerry Jacobs. And you know what? He balled out tonight. 2 interceptions. Oh, my God. He was amazing. I know he had a rough couple of weeks. This was his redemption game. We love to see it. Oh, my God. So happy.
Yeah. He had a tough go. And boy, he like last game, he was getting his legs back under him. And this game, he came. Look, there's a couple bad calls against him. Didn't let him get him down. And it was enigmatic. What happened to Jerry today is enigmatic of what this team did today. They didn't let those crazy calls and that silly crap get in their way. They forgot about it and they moved on. They beat the clock. They beat the refs. They beat all the silly stuff. And they turned in a really strong win over the Packers, Division I, to become the Kings of the North.
Oh, my God. It was amazing. And you know what? Sandman had a great tweet. God love him for it. I'm thankful Jared Goff has the memory of a goldfish. But you know what? It helps. It absolutely helps because he didn't let any of it hinder him. He was able to just pick it back up and keep going. Oh, we had a whole bunch of friends over tonight. It was Thursday. We didn't really know what was going to happen. No, this was amazing. We are so thrilled with this whole night and how it all happened. And
Nick, I got to ask you.
Just love him.
Let me ask you, do you have a little chant in you? You want to chant along?
Absolutely.
We've got the kids ready. 1, 2, 3.
Tight all game long. That's what we kept talking about. Even when the pass.
FTP. FTP.
Yeah.
FTP. Yep, I've got all the drunk people in my garage chanting along.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Hey, Nick, we're going to go. The phones are going off the hook today.
Absolutely. Love you guys. Love to talk to you again. Can't wait to see you guys again.
Yeah, love you guys too. Thank you so much for jumping in.
Of course.
We'll see you. All right. Let's grab another one. Sandman, you okay with it, man? It's flying.
Oh, yeah.
We're
moving. We're
All
cooking.
Right. Hey, caller, what's your name? Oh, you got to turn down. You got to listen to the phone. What's your name? How much have you had to drink? How you doing?
Hello, hey, my name is Chantel. I'm with my brother Enoch, and we drank a lot today.
Good for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How can we not? After this big win, we found our first line fan out here in the valley.
Oh, wow. We're out in the valley. We're out in the valley.
Oh, did I say the valley? Oh, that's how you can tell I had too much to drink. No, in the high desert, my friend.
Got it. I used to live out in the Conejo Valley. I know where you're at, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here with my brother. Say what's up.
Victorville?
What up?
Hey, what up?
What up?
How you doing?
Pretty good. I just had a quick question. What do you guys think about the whole Marvin Jones non-factor situation?
I think people are going to figure out Jones right around the time J-Mo comes back, and it'll be all fine.
Yeah, I think he's a really good blocker, so he's going to get playing time as a wide receiver blocker. I'm not sure they have too many plays with him as first, second, or third option. To be honest, I think he's probably fourth option on most stuff. They had some plays for him week 1, didn't work out for us, and they've dialed him back. I think he's on his farewell tour right now, is what it feels like.
Yeah.
I had like a crazy thought, like what if we trade for Equanimous St. Brown and have them as like a fourth, fifth, and I think that'd be a pretty good
have him join the team.
Yeah, have him join the team. Be a badass wide receiver, for us.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
It's very interesting. I think next year we will probably see a decent turnover at wide receiver for the Lions. I think we've got the two big guys now, and Laporta's working out. But yeah, I think we need to get some more speed and some more reliability in our wide receiver depth for sure.
Right.
Hands down. Thank you guys very much.
Love the podcast.
The best podcast for Detroit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
My people in the high desert know what's up. Love you guys. Thank you so much for calling in. All
Should
right.
be called the drunk desert, am I right?
Yeah, I got you. Spent a lot of time there.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, caller, what's your name? How much you had to drink, brother?
My name's Kelly. I've had a little bit.
Okay, that's good. That's good. A little bit is probably better than a whole lot right about now.
Right?
At least for the folks that got to work tomorrow, right?
Right.
Oh man, let me yell out for Pat D for the super chat. Thank you, sir. Every single time Goff throws an interception, he comes back and leads a touchdown drive the next drive. All in. Chris is a weird place to be. 3-1 FTP where the Jacobs doubters now. What a week. Let's go on a run, boys.
What a week.
Yeah.
Biggest win I've seen in 40 years.
It's a big one. This feels like really putting a stamp on the season. This is like so many times the Lions have been at this point where it's like, yep, they win this, they show it. They show they have it. They're in it. This is it. This is the turnaround game. And then they choke or stumble or something goes wrong. And they had every single one of those things facing against them this time, and they overcame. I'll tell you, I was talking to Gray today about this, and Sandman, I want you to tell me if I'm a little crazy here, but I'm thinking back to the Red Wings when the end of last season, that win over the Packers was the game that the Red Wings beat the shit out of Claude Lemieux. That was the game that they just beat him down, and then like, he wasn't with him after that, right? Lemieux was gone, but we beat Rodgers up. We got rid of the bad man. He's gone, right? Then we turned around and we beat them in the playoffs to move on to become and dominate the league for a long time.
How old are you?
I'm old enough to remember that it was 43 years when that happened since they had last won a championship.
I'm 54 years old. I remember another one bites the dust.
Mm-hmm.
We had Dexter Bussey, and like I was a young child then, but I've gone through all the Lions heartbreaks, every one of them.
It's
every one of them.
I remember Billy Sims, and that Billy Sims was the one that got me. I've told that story. I usually tell it on the St. Jude store show, the 24-hour show, like what got me to be a fan, and it was the Billy Sims era. That was the one. Oh boy! But here,
that would be another one bites the dust.
Yep. Yep. Sure was.
Remember that? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yep. I remember that. Oh man, Mike Hodges, Jimmy Spider-Man Allen. He's singing another one. Oh, those were good times. Those were good times.
Hey, I love Stafford and what he did for us and everything. They just couldn't put a team together around him for whatever reason.
Yep.
But that trade, man, we smoked that trade.
We did. All right.
We did.
We got to get Billy on again. That's a great point, Bobo. All right, hey brother, we're gonna keep rolling. The calls are coming. They're off the hook, right? We're gonna try to get everyone in that we can. All right.
Right.
Thanks,
all right. Thank you for calling in, my man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Man, this is crazy. This is a big one. This is a big one. I can feel the change in the shift in the timeline. Sandman, do you feel it?
I do feel it. We are the hunter. We are no longer the prey.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I think you definitely had something with, it being the Red Wings where they beat up Claude Lemieux. Like, to me, I think it's just a full mentality change. Like you said, there's been glimpses in the past where we think, oh, we're about to get over the hump just to slide back down. and it feels like we've actually gone over the hump. We're past the hump, and we're just still kind of jaded as Lions fans that maybe they haven't, but I think they have.
Yeah,
I think they have.
Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink so far?
Hey, this is Caleb from Warren, Michigan. Longtime listener, first-time caller. I've been drinking rum and Coke since halfway through the second quarter, so I've had quite a few.
No, good on you, man. I started with rum drinks earlier. I've been on this tiki rum run lately, and it's been a joyous ride, let me tell you.
Hey, man, I just wanted to start out by saying, first of all, you guys are killing it with all the new content lately, with everybody doing all their stuff like throughout the week. It's been fantastic. And I also want to congratulate you guys on everything you do for St. Jude.
Oh, thank you, man.
It's really honorable.
Thank you very much. I appreciate both of those things. It's very kind of you.
But yeah, man, I'm just calling to say this game, like I had a couple buddies text me earlier, like, hey, how do we think this game's going to go? Like, are we nervous? And I was like, you know what? For the first time in forever, like, I'm pretty calm. I'm pretty chill. Like, I expect a victory. And we pretty much came in there. We had a couple moments like when Branch got hurt. My heart was in my throat for a minute, but I felt confident throughout, and like finally, like I don't remember a time in my life where a Lions team has actually delivered on everything that like I've been expecting. I expected to beat this team on paper, and we like went in there and thoroughly got the victory, and yeah, it was fantastic.
It was absolutely fantastic. I can't believe it. Sandman, talk for me for a minute. I'm flooding.
No, I agree with you in that the last couple games I've been kind of calm, cool, and collected. Bad things would happen, and there really wouldn't be a rise out of me because I know that the team is going to rise above the bull crap, the malarkey. Whether it's the refs or just a weird play that happens. The team. Nick brought it up. The Goldfish memory.
Yeah.
Jared Goff has a superpower when it comes to forgetting bad plays and just keeping on going. But the rest of the team kind of has that mentality now too. Like you get, how many times in the past did we see a player get a defensive pass interference call against them and then they're ineffective the whole rest of the game? That's not what this team is. They are resilient. They are, they're going to push forward. They know what they can do, and they have belief in themselves and each other. And it's Dan Campbell. It's impossible to leave him out of this. But this is a brand new team. I don't know if I've ever seen a Lions team this put together, top to bottom. Not just good players, but people with mental fortitude to, not crumble, not fold. It's been amazing.
It has
grit?
me with 100% buy-in. Like Goff threw that interception early in the game, and I'm going, okay, don't worry. Goff settles down. Like he'll be fine. Like I actually had trust in him. I had trust in the coaching staff, and then from there on out, they executed. Coming back from the second half, Green Bay started to make a little bit of a comeback. The offensive play calling wasn't necessarily ideal, but the whole time I was calm, cool, and collected, saying, all right, like, don't worry, this team can weather this. Like, this is a team built for this. And I'm 32 years old. I've never said that about a Lions team in my life where I wasn't like dreading the next quarter.
I saw the live chat in the Slack during the game is just, it's so off the hook, man. I saw some wobbles. People in that third quarter when it came out and then they scored and we went 3 and out, and there were some real wobbles. And I know Lions fans everywhere were channeling that. And there were some strong people in there saying, calm down, doing the RELAX thing, right? And this team, I have to say, Sam, I mean, everything we've talked about here, it's grit. It is grit. And I hate to make that like a meme or like to diminish what it means. I think what we saw today against the Green Bay Packers from the Detroit Lions embodies what Campbell means by grit. Nothing that happened today was going to stop this team. No, the injury, refs, whatever else, nothing was going to stop this team. They scratched, they clawed, and they were going to win no matter what. That's how champions are built. And I am just ecstatic with what we saw out of these guys today. They absolutely embodied what Campbell was after. And I'll tell you, any other team of the Detroit Lions with other coaches before, it would have already been a meme. Right. I mean, with Quinn and his, where 9-7 isn't good enough and all that, it would already have been a meme. Dan Campbell came in with kneecaps and all the stuff that people like to and 47 gallons of coffee and all the stuff they like to laugh at and kind of make fun of and talk about tongue in cheek. He's for real, bro. He's for real. He really, really did it. This was big. This is big.
Yeah, for sure. I'll shut up and let somebody else get a call in. But yeah, everything I saw in that locker room video from last week when they were talking about attacking the division and going for it with Cam Sutton literally just got impressed upon me and proved that this is not your grandfather's Lions team. Like, this is not SOL. This is a team out on a mission, and they reflect their head coach. And I'm on board for it. Whatever the future brings, wins, losses, whatever. Like, I'm here for it. Like, they've got me bought in 100%.
Humiliation. That was awesome.
I appreciate you guys. I'll shut up and let you go.
All right. Appreciate you too. Thank you. All right, brother. All right. Woo. Good stuff. Professor Zook, I got to shout out to you. Thank you, sir, for the $100 super chat. Love you. That's very much appreciated. That's a big one. That is a big one. Let's get this caller in there. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink such far?
Scott, and nothing to drink yet tonight.
Got to work tomorrow. I get it. It's okay.
Yeah. I was calling because you know what? I've been so reluctant as a Lions fan to get too excited or to be like a dick to somebody or anything like that. I had like 3 or 4 people come up to me and say, Lions going to win? It's like, I don't know. And same as today, it was like when they got that big lead, it was like, oh man, I hope we can win tonight.
It's hard. It's hard. We've said it before, and I think it's more true now than it's ever been. Sandman, Lions fans need to learn how to win.
They and I and everybody, yeah, we all do. I think we've been hurt so many times, like you get punched in the face enough times, somebody can make a move towards you, you're probably going to flinch. And I think the Lions are, we need to get used to being good. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but I struggle with the same thing. People in my life know I'm a crazy Lions fan. So I constantly get what do you think about this? Or, I hear everybody's bad takes constantly. And it's hard to fully buy in where I feel strongly that the Lions are going to win against the Packers in Lambeau, but I still feel weird saying it out loud before the game. It just doesn't. How many times have we said, oh, this will be an easy win against a team that has 20 players injured? And then we get blown out 42-7.
That's a sting.
And it happens. It just happens, and we're all hurt. We've been hurt before, Chris.
I've been touched in all the wrong places.
To say before I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? I've got a friend who's like a diehard Bills fan, and he's always saying to me, "Oh, you're a Lions fan. You've never been to a Super Bowl." I said, "But you've been to 4 Super Bowls and you lost 4 in a row."
Got as many rings as we do.
I'm just waiting for the Lions to go to the Super Bowl and somehow screw us.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, I do. I can't say I don't, right? That's going to be the hardest game I've ever watched. Maybe one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And I've talked about it with my family. I'm like, if we're in the Super Bowl, we have to do a podcast, live show, live watch party. And they're like, no. We have to huddle up in the house. We have to board the doors, board the windows. We got to hide. And we just got to hope for the best, man. And I'm just like, oh, God. It's like I get both sides. I get it. But it's one of those things we just have to go and be and enjoy it, believe it, and do it. These players that are out there every day taking those hits, getting hurt. Branch coming back, taped up, full of Toradol, maybe. He believes. And these guys are putting on the line, and physical pain that they're going through and the work that they've put in to get to where they are today. They believe. We as fans, we watch every week, and then we go and do our thing, go about our lives. And then, oh, yeah. These guys are living and breathing it every day. If they believe, the least we can do is go with it, especially when they can prove it. And they've been proving it. They've been proving it this year. So
it's breaking news in Detroit. You cannot buy Kool-Aid anywhere.
Harder to get than a ski mask, right? All right, Scott. Hey, I'm going to keep going. The phones are going. We're going to keep rolling through calls. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. We're going to grab another one here. It's like, which one do you get? All right, we'll see here. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink so far?
Hey, my name is Cash. My first time caller, man.
Welcome to the party.
How's it going?
And I must appreciate this podcast, and I can tell you, I spent years spending my midnights watching the Lions lose when I was in India and getting up grumpy on Monday mornings. And this is so sweet.
It absolutely is. What part of India were you in?
I was in Gujarat, Western.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I watched a Lions game in Mumbai one time. That and the dedication it has to take for somebody to watch the Lions regularly in that time zone. That's the sign of a real fan. I'll tell you that, especially back in those days.
Yeah. Now I'm stateside, but so it was so fun to watch it. And I mean, I don't have any questions. I just want to say, get the contract extended for Goff, Sewell, and Amon-Ra now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. The price tag's only going to go up. It's only going to get more expensive.
I know. But hope they do it. And Sandman, I can't appreciate you enough for the slow lights, man. That's something I always look forward for. I hope you're working on that tonight.
I have an early day tomorrow, so sadly they won't be up tonight, but they will be up tomorrow. I promise you that.
Think about
okay, great.
And don't miss Sandman's slow lights because they are absolutely fantastic. And we have to give a little bit of love to Andy here for spending the time with us to do the show and putting the slow lights slightly on hold. It's delayed gratification for us all. We'll have Ash tomorrow doing some great deconstruction of this game. The Sandman slow lights are coming on, and you have your morning. For folks that are listening on the audio or watching this later, you have this in the morning to hold you over. And everybody here is working so hard to bring you really, really good content. Sandman stuff has been... Sandman, how many years have you been doing this? Has it been 15 years now?
Yeah, something like a long time. Way too long. I bet there's a lot of people that don't know that I had a channel before this one that probably had 150 slow lights on it that got deleted by YouTube. So, we've got... I still need music suggestions, so feel free to, tweet at me and let me know.
Can I make a request
send Chris
now?
Voicemails. Ooh, what do you want?
Maybe we can put one Bollywood in there.
Oh, a Bollywood.
I actually would love that. I actually would really enjoy that. That would be
tweet
be
at
awesome.
him.
Send me your favorite. Yeah. Shoot it over.
Tweet at him.
I need it.
All right. Hey, caller, thank you. We're going to get rolling. We got a lot of people. I appreciate you for calling in. Thank you so much for sharing your story, man.
Thank you so much.
All right. Ciao. All right. There we go. Sandman, my request, it's an old school one. I usually have old school ones. It's Ludacris Stand Back.
You don't know me like that.
You don't know me like that. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink? And if you could turn down the sound in the background.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My name is Nate. I'm from Indianapolis.
We went from India to Indianapolis. I think we've got the world covered. He's in the States.
I'm originally from Michigan, but, moved to Indy.
Yeah.
I think how are you guys doing tonight?
So good.
Couldn't be any better, my man. How about you, Nate? You feeling it?
Oh, I'm feeling it. I think the last time I called was after they lost to the Patriots last year. And I was like, I think that phone call was like, we were down, but I could see the vision. And, after all that time up until now, it's just like, wow. It's all you can say. You think going into this game, I'm actually nervous for the Lions, not because I don't think we could win, but because of the expectations that we have on ourselves now.
Yeah.
And that's a different feeling. I don't think I've ever felt that in my 30 years of, rooting for this team. Yeah. And it's just so awesome to see them go in and just dominate, just beat the shit out of the Packers. And that is just awesome. Okay.
Just don't say the C word. Just don't say the C word.
Yeah, for sure. But the defense was that first half, you couldn't book it any better. The offense was on. Monty is huge to have back. Glad he had a game. And then the defense just dominated. Everyone was riding. The media is like, oh, is Jordan Love the next Aaron Rodgers? And in the back of my mind, I was like, this guy has a 53% completion rating. He's not that good. He didn't play anybody those first 3 games.
Nope. So
to just see them just shut him down, it makes me happy. It makes me confident that the Lions, but let's win the division. That's my hope, but I think they can go farther than that. And I'll let you guys finish after that.
I agree 100%. I think if I'm in the NFL, there's only a few teams that I probably don't want to see in the playoffs, and I think the Lions are one of those teams. I thought that last year. Had the Lions made the playoffs, I don't remember who they would have played, but I guarantee that they were happier they were playing the other people.
They would have played San Francisco, but I think they would have gave them a game, much more than Seattle at that time. But Seattle has our number. Sure. Let's give them credit. But still, I think out of the NFC teams, I think you got the Eagles. I think you have obviously San Francisco, and I think the Lions are right there. Maybe with Dallas. I know Dallas had a bad week. They were missing some offensive linemen, so I'll cut them some slack. But those are the 4 teams at the top of the NFC, and I don't think anybody can just contend with that.
Yeah. Really quick, Brandon had one of the funniest things I've seen in the chat lately. Bears fans are so down in a hole, they're starting to hear Mandarin. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. Hey, caller, I appreciate you. I have to get a quick chant going in the background, so I'm going to let you go and pick up another call, okay?
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
All right, big time call coming in here. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink so far?
I'm Greg.
Greg, how you doing, brother? How much you had to drink?
Doing good.
Yeah. What do you got for us, man? What do you got for us, Greg?
Hey, I'm in Huntington, West Virginia. I was born in Michigan. Hey, I watched this game and I just was totally survived.
This absolutely survival of the fittest on this one. You gotta work.
It was one of the best. This was better than watching Kansas City that I watched.
Oh yeah, that's
a fun argument to have, actually. Which win is bigger? I agree with caller here. I think winning in Lambeau for the division
is my
lead.
Best win.
Yeah, that's
because
huge.
Dan Campbell deserves a lot of credit with his management of this team.
100%. Sandman, I think you've got a good one here, and Greg does too, because it's a good discussion, because the Kansas City win, I feel like, is what kicked it all off and set the tone for who this team is and what they could be.
Oh,
and this game,
I
though,
totally agree with that.
This game is the one that said, "Told you so." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you
love
nailed
it.
that, Chris.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
I'm definitely a Michigan guy, and I'll never change my views on that. But I've been a Detroit Lions. I'm 54 years old, and I've never seen such a team.
This is going to be a great year. Greg, I got to get rolling. I got a screen full of calls screaming at me. I'm going to get going, but thank you. Appreciate the call. That's a great. We'll have that conversation on the podcast this week. Which game was bigger? Which one meant more? Because I think they're both big in their own way.
Oh,
Thanks, Greg.
I'll join again.
All right. Happy Victory Friday, brother. All right. We'll keep at it here. Man, the callers are just off the hook today. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink? And please turn down the volume in the background.
My name is Tony. I've had 10 beers.
Tony!
10 bears.
10 beer Tony.
Right.
10 beer Tony.
How you doing tonight?
Good.
So good.
So just calling to talk about the Lions. This is one of the biggest wins we've had in a long time, probably since Chicago Monday Night Football. If you guys remember, just think back to the times when we couldn't beat the Packers. We couldn't beat the Packers at home or away. So at home, we smoke them. So it's a celebration for Detroit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've turned the corner. Now I think the Packers need to start being worried about every single time they play us.
Yeah, and I was hearing about the stout defense, but they didn't look so stout. They looked short tonight.
They did. I am massively impressed with how our offense took them apart, number one, and then number two, how our defense stayed in it. They got beat up a little at the beginning of the third, but that didn't stick. I want to go really quick to that. This is really a big thing, especially after the Seattle game. The hot seat that Aaron Glenn was on. We saw Aaron, he can't adjust. We saw adjustments and changes from Aaron Glenn's defense today that I think put all of those conversations to an absolute to bed.
Well, I think rotating defensive line helped a lot. I think the pressure it just changed immensely.
I agree.
Agree 100%.
I think, putting Derek Barnes at defensive end, putting Jack Campbell at defensive end, Aaron Glenn is getting unique out there. He's doing new things to try to win. And what more can you ask for out of a defensive coordinator? Weird looks, things that other teams maybe don't have a good way to practice against. How do you, how many teams have a Jack Campbell, like a 6'5" freak of nature who's blazing fast, ready to go off the edge and get you. I mean, there's not enough being talked about Aaron Glenn really picking it up the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to give him a little bit of, just desserts. I think Seattle just has his number for whatever reason.
I need to bounce for 1 second. Can I leave you guys for a minute to have a conversation without me?
Oh yeah.
Unchaperoned?
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right, cool. Keep going. Keep at it, guys. Thanks.
Let's talk run defense. Obviously, in all the games so far, stopping K9, stopping Aaron Jones is great. But obviously, we got torched by the passing offense of Seattle. But run defense has been great so far.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when you look back at the 2014 Lions defense, the best Lions defense I'd ever seen. The
DeAndre
hallmark
Levy, right?
of that team.
Yeah.
Yep. The hallmark of that team was that you weren't going to run against us. We made you one-dimensional. We knew, what we could do against you. And that's so valuable to just destroy teams' ability to run the football on any down.
I think
it doesn't matter what it is.
I think moving forward, we're going to be pretty good. I think Geno Smith is a witch. And I think he's got our number for some weird reason. But outside of that, I think we are good, like bull rush, rotating guys in, linebackers, like you mentioned. Jack Campbell's a nice addition. I think we're in a pretty good situation right now.
Yeah, I think the pass rush, I have to go back and rewatch the game, a little slower perhaps. But they are manufacturing pressure with 4 guys just by moving guys around. It's not not necessarily that, we're blitzing more or anything like that. I think I saw the stat earlier today was that they had like a 31% pressure rate with 4 guys. That's insane. And that's all just scheme and getting Hutch in the right spot and making the offensive line uncomfortable, making sure that they don't have a good plan of attack of who's blocking who. They've really just nailed it the last couple of weeks.
What?
And it's really
I think we can
shown
both
up.
admit, like, it's been a 180 since last year. Especially when I can't remember the defensive the back that coach they lost. It's been like a 180 really since that with Aaron Glenn.
Yeah. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I thank you guys for covering for me.
You missed
All right,
some
guys.
of the best podcast you've ever heard.
I heard. I think we got a new host we're gonna have to bring in.
Guys, I gotta go. I got another phone call, so I'll let you guys have it.
All
All right, thank you, brother. Be good.
Later, fellas.
Ciao. As soon as you
Caller
draft
hanging
him,
up on us for another phone call?
as soon as you draft
Where
him,
does that
man,
guy live?
they take
Get a
off.
phone call at 1 o'clock in the morning? Hopefully it's not a call asking for bail.
Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink, my friend?
What is up, Chris? It's Jared from Grand Rapids.
What's up?
It can only be Jared.
I just want to say I've been listening since day one, back when you and Case were on it. So I just want to say I love everything. I've been supporting you the whole way and have been along for the ride, highs and lows. So
appreciate you,
keep
man.
rocking it, man. It's been great. Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
It kind of changes the vibe, but I wanted to go to the zero call. I was thinking the solution to that is because with the refs and stuff and trying to change their image, they could have easily just come at the top of the fourth and come back so that the call couldn't stand, made them go back to where the spot was before they threw it, and then everything would have been good. And they could have just easily done that. There would have been no drama behind it, and everything would have been solved. It could have been the easiest solution. I don't know why they didn't, but don't you think they could have done something like that? It'd be more transparent. Like, nobody would be mad. It'd be no drama, you know?
Yeah, I just, my whole thing is the fact that I think it should be reviewed by just like they review every score possession, right? Review the clock at the end, and 99.9% of the time it doesn't matter. They go to commercial anyway, right? So that's fine. It's the end of the quarter.
Right.
There's no interruption to the game. And just check and make sure. And if it's like, oh, let them run the play, let them do the whole thing, and then as they go away to commercial, they can check it in New York or wherever else in the booth, and then take a look at it. And oh, sorry, it wasn't a play. We're back to 10th of a second left in the clock. Whatever. It's not that hard to fix, and it's not the first time that it's happened. It's silliness. It's silliness. It
would have been so simple to fix it right there. I mean, they had the perfect opportunity. I mean, it was like, and even Al was like adamant about showing the replays. This is BS. He was calling them out left and right on all kinds of stuff, which I thought was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of calls and he was sticking up for us. So, I mean, that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to throw I know a bunch of people are calling, so I'll get off the line, but I just wanted to get my couple cents in. So
No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being a long-time listener, man. It's great. I don't know if we're going to have a decent show as winners. I don't know how to do it any other way but losers. So this is going to be new territory for all of us, bro.
Yeah, no, I love all the sad podcasts and the happy ones. It's all good, but hopefully we got more happy ones coming up. So
appreciate you, Jared. Thank you, man.
All right, guys.
All right, ciao.
Take it easy.
Oh man, good times.
We've needed a referee czar, somebody at headquarters to just fix obvious, blatant issues that are causing problems.
We should, you know what? We should, as a community, put a list together, and I'll get Blandino back. I'll get him on, and I'll just run through the list of here's how the rules could be upgraded and fixed. What can you do for us, Dino? Can you start complaining on the Sunday night?
Also, yeah, let's just get a shot clock. Like, I don't get a big buzzer in the stadium that buzzes when it freaking hits 0. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, a lot of them even choose home team music, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. The train horn. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink? And how sexy are you?
Hey, it's John in Charlotte. I've had way too many, and
Just
I'll
say
put
you're
my
gorgeous.
hair up against you and Riz, but that's the only sexy part, I guess.
Go ahead.
A man with confidence and flowing locks. I love it.
I looked like Hobo Jesus during COVID, and I had the top knot. We had this argument, me and Ash, about bald versus top knot, and I finally went back to the business haircut. It's kind of sad, actually, Andy. But yeah, I definitely have the confidence to argue with you every time I call in, but I can't this time because you're saying all the right things.
Woo! Let me ask you: Is Goff the guy? Is Goff the guy?
Oh, go check the pinned post. Well, okay. One, Jalen needs to come back from cigarettes and rename it from Teddy is the guy to Goff is the guy. But in the Goff is the guy channel, you check my pinned post that says, long time ago, pinned, I'm posting here to be on the right side of history.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, years ago. So not to like toot my own horn or anything, but I've loved the calls this time because I think we got like both sides of the fandom here. This is what I wanted to say. Was we had a couple people calling in saying they were like ice cold, no sweat, balls clenched, dead set. We were killing the pack. And then I think, even you guys might have mentioned it a little, but there was that moment where, we dominated for a good portion of the game. Then all of a sudden the refs are throwing flags. They're not calling zeros on the clock. Bullshit is happening. And you cannot tell me as a fan of 20 plus years or whatever that you weren't sitting there going, oh fuck, don't tell me this is how this story ends again. Right. I turned to my sister and I said, I do not feel like we have a 2-score lead right now.
Sandman, you want to go first?
Yeah. I mean, you have to fight that urge to feel that way. Like a person that's trying to quit smoking. Like with a cigarette, it's like that's the natural response, I actually
exactly
physically
what Chris says. We have to learn how to be the team that wins over that stuff. It's what it is. It's Goff. Back to the Goff is the guy. Goff said the gut punches are going to stop, and I think it's finally time to believe him. I think like this is the game where you felt like we were going to get the gut punch, and then we didn't. Like the team overcame it. They beat the refs and the Packers in Lambeau. Like I think it's finally there. The gut punches have stopped.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to start dishing them.
Yeah, I think we are dishing them. I think that last touchdown was a gut punch. That David Montgomery 12-yard run at the end of the game. That's a gut punch. It's just like take it. This is what you get.
Yeah, that might have been a liver kick, actually. Matt LaFleur looked green after that one. That was pretty sweet, my god.
Did you guys, speaking of Matt LaFleur, did you see, I think it was in the second quarter, they like zoomed in on his face? I have never seen somebody look so sad. I'm gonna post it later, but I couldn't believe how sad he looked. Rightfully so.
I love it.
I can't wish it on a better fan base. Montgomery's the guy I'm happiest for. 4 years in the Bears, and he never got to beat the Packers. And he came out and he dominated. He dominated for fantasy peeps everywhere. You gotta love it. He's who I'm happiest for. But yeah, Goff is the guy. You guys are killing it. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Oh man, I saw a tweet. It was great. Monty in the end zone, arms up, looking skyward, and someone said, "That's Montgomery thanking God the Bears traded him."
Let him go. Let him walk.
Yeah. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink so far? It's getting late. You got to work tomorrow. Turn everything down in the background. Pay attention to the phone. We're gonna go.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Turn everything down in the background. Talk to the phone, brother. And we're out. We got another one. We try. We try. You can try again. It's okay. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink?
Hi, guys. This is Andy from Spring Lake. And I'll tell you what, I am really excited. I have a comment. Yeah, Goff is the guy. He is the man. And I actually called last fall. I want to say after the Jacksonville game, and I brought up that I don't know what's the deal with at that time. I don't know what the deal was where it was still Goff haters, and just slowly, a lot of people it's totally died down to where I don't know when the time is coming where it's just going to happen. They're going to extend him because he's the leader of our team. Plain and simple. And so I mean, I can't change that, and then I don't want to change that. I've loved the guy since he dropped in. I mean, I truly have. So the other thing I want to talk about, and I really want to say, Clay Walker, keep screwing around, keep screwing up, and giving us games. That's awesome.
Do that thing again. What a disaster.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's that dude can't get out of his own way, and say, okay, we'll take it. So,
and there's a big difference. Like if Jerry was down, right, and people were hard on Jerry, and he took away from social for a week, and it really sucked for him because people treated him like crap, and I was disappointed in Lions fans. But Jerry got his head straight. He's had his head straight. Had that Goldfish memory, came back, had a good trajectory the week after the Seattle game, and then this week came back and played really, really strong. I mean, 2 INTs, a couple crappy calls against him, didn't get him down. He stayed with it. Quay Walker is not that kind of guy. You can tell it's in his head. It's in his head, and that's where it needs to stay. Keep that. Whatever's got him messed up, stay there.
He cannot get out of his own way. He is. I don't know what it is. I mean, it was I don't know if it is the Lions bringing out of him or what, but he like brain farts when we're playing him, and I was like, all right, you're gonna. And that was a crucial play.
Yeah.
I mean that play. I mean they were in the game really at that point, and they just put us holding us to a 2-score game, and then all of a sudden, oh, never mind, first down, first and goal, and Monty does his thing, and then that really was the nail in the coffin at that point, honestly.
Yep.
Because that was just, you could just see the air just right out of the stadium at that point. I was like, oh my gosh, they can't believe, and it was the same dude. So, yeah, I was because they went to commercial, and like we come back to commercial, I was like, oh, yep.
Oh.
Yeah, Lions got first down.
Yeah.
And then, that was a couple plays later.
Lions fans, if you had a blood pressure check going into that commercial versus what happened afterward, you would have seen going in, blood pressure really high, right? Coming back, seeing flags, you'd see the spike, and then you'd see what happened, and you'd see this massive drop. And people were like, because you knew when that happened, and then right afterward, when Montgomery scored that touchdown, it was like, okay, I'm not worried anymore, right? And it's a Lions fans thing. It's that learning to win thing, as we talked about. But people, that really shifted the mentality. You could see it in Twitter. You could see it, I mean, in the chat and the Slack. And it's funny because there was 2 real opposing forces in the Slack. It was like the calm down, it's okay. No one ever, other than Miami, right, against the Broncos, who are favored against the Bears, even though. Other than that, no one absolutely dominates a game end to end. The other team gets to say they have the same salary cap. They pay a lot of money for players too. They get to play the game as well. This is a win. This is what a win looks like. The other team, they have a little chance to adjust. That's fine. But now we can look at this and say, I have some confidence in this team. If another team starts crawling back into it, starts kicking their way back, calm down, everybody. It's okay. RELAX, as they say in the we'll steal that too. This team can do it. We got it.
When they came back commercial and said, and I saw it was Quay Walker, I was like, I just started laughing. I'm like, man, not him again. But I just wanted to make that point. Hey, they're rolling. Monty looked like the Montgomery that we signed from Chicago. He's always been a thorn in our side when he was with them, and now I'm just really glad he's on our team.
Yeah.
He looked like the man that we wanted, and we paid the money for. So
huge shout out,
and we're rolling.
Yeah, huge shout out to the fans for sure for showing up. But my God, Montgomery, Brad Holmes, and putting this team together, the roster that he inherited. The Quinn and Patricia disaster, right? And people, I get the hurt feelings and the frustrations that first year and where things were, and that's fine that sticks and there's a little bit of a hangover or whatever. But Brad Holmes is has done a masterful job in this turnaround, in this rebuild. It's not a retool, right? He said it. You've got marketing stuff you have to do. He's a marketing guy, don't forget. But the rebuild that he's put together, everybody loved Jamal. He loved Jamal. The locker room loved Jamal. The players, the coaches loved Jamal Williams, right? And they made that bold move. Jamal got a little silly. His agent really is the one that really gave him bad advice, and he took it. And he wound up going somewhere else, and we wound up with Montgomery. People were really freaking at the time, but now you look at it and you say, "What? How did all these armchair GMs miss that? How did everybody? Oh, but Jamal and the anime and the dancing and the playing catch with the fans. Oh my God, he's so great. It's so horrible." Monty is the real frickin' deal. Every play, he's getting 3, 4, 5 more yards on a play than Jamal did. It's incredible, man.
You are absolutely right. When he gets contact, he's going for 3 more. And when if you don't get contact on him, and you don't get contact on him for like 3-4 yards, he's going to get a first down.
Yeah.
That's kind of his. He is a bowling ball.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me a lot of MJD from Jacksonville back in the day.
Yeah.
He's got that low center of gravity, and he's just he's coming at you full steam.
For whatever reason, people can't get their hands on him. You know what I mean? And that's all they get on him is their hands. You see all these. It's weird. And I don't know if it's just like this mental, what I'm seeing, I'm only looking at these, but I keep seeing people hands on him like flying off or slipping off and not quite making the tackle. Whereas like Jamal, you'd see the bodies wrap him up and like it was like boom and boom. It's always these hand tackles that people are trying to Montgomery. I can't explain it. And I'm probably going to have to look at the slow lights from Sandman to get a really, really good look and see what's going on. But God dang, this guy is good. Sandman, you've done these.
I'll tell you. Yeah. I'll tell you why he breaks those. It's because he's sneakily shifty. He has a side cut that is gross. He just moves a foot. He just moves a foot, and it's part of his motion, and you're not going to get him.
They actually were showing that in the broadcast where the windows for his running, his windows, and there was one where he had to do that little slide that just to get over to the next gap, and he's shifty. It's deceivingly shifty, and I like so much more Gibbs coming in as that change of pace rather than being the guy. I want him to grow slowly. I don't need Gibbs to be that 20 carry guy. I want him to be that 10 to 15 guy and gets 5 catches. That's what I want.
Yep.
And that should be his role.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. I agree.
All right. Hey, caller, we are going to let you go. It is getting a little late. The calls are still coming in. Appreciate you though, man. Really good content. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful night.
Thank
Go
you.
Lions.
You as well. Yeah, for sure. You okay for a couple more calls, Sandman?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a couple more.
Okay. I've got an early morning, but these callers don't seem to. Hey, caller, what's your name? Go ahead and turn down everything in the background, and we'll get you on the show here. What's your name? How much you made to drink? And while you're doing that, really quick, I want to say thanks to Professor Zook again. He just dropped $100 on St. Jude. stjude.org/DLP.
What a guy.
Yeah. Appreciate everyone who's donating there. Caller,
He's
Nate.
an excellent young fella.
Yeah.
So what I got for you, Chris, man, do you really think that the Lions offensive line can hold out through the whole season? I'm terrified the Lions might have a bad couple injuries in the tackle position, guard position that they cannot replace. And maybe they might have to make a move to go get a guard, tackle, backup position from any other team that might have a plethora of offensive linemen. I want to know what you thought about that, Chris.
Here's what I think I've learned from the Detroit Lions when it comes to the offensive line. Worship Hank Fraley, pay that man everything he asks for, and then maybe more. Throw some titles at him, make him the run game coordinator, whatever it takes. What I heard from the beat media last year, including Riz, and this year, was our offensive line is the weakest link in the Lions chain. If anybody gets injured on that line, we're done for. Jared Goff will be a in the morgue as a victim. And last year and this year, I mean, the last game against Atlanta, I mean, and I'm not ripping on my guy here, so don't take it the wrong way. But we had Colby Sorsdahl, right? Running.
Well, I wanted Cody Sorsdahl. This guy, he's been playing really well, but how long is that going to last? It's not going to last forever. He's going
to get better.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Colby's going to get better.
He will get better.
Those game time snaps only made him better.
But, I mean, but like, you can't have him. Like, Becker's gone, then it's a problem. It's clear that I truly believe that's why we lost to Seattle. Like our flipping fucking I'm sorry, Sewell to the opposite side definitely didn't help our team on the first day. So I'm worried about our offensive line depth. Like if Riley Reef, I'm sorry, Glasgow gets hurt, we're screwed. Vitai's hurt, Glasgow gets hurt, Joan Jackson's banged up. I don't know what we're going to do. I truly think that everyone wants to make a move to get a receiver, running back, whatever that is. I think we need to get backup linemen and stack, because if our linemen get hurt, dude, we might have a rough season, because like that's our strong suit.
Yeah. Sorry. Jeff, the Riz, he's talked about this, about how every team has this exact same problem. Nobody has O-line depth. It's a disaster. I don't know why that is. Why college prospects aren't panning out, good unless they're first round picks. It's wild. It's wild.
Because we want to pay for skill positions rather than like the positions that matter, that will like round out your team. Rather you want to pay guys and get you a lot of as I would say, tutties.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with you. People like, there's different levels of analysis, right? And people love like Amon-Ra or Laporta. They get, look at the big catches, look at the big plays, look at Monty, look what he's doing, right? It's people don't watch so much the line, the trench play, right? Unless there's a sack, unless there's a holding, unless there's something to call it out, right? But every team also has a problem at quarterback. You only have one player, and if he goes down, your season's pretty washed across the board. By the same token, I mean, we have a number of offensive line players. We just had a plethora of injuries there for a bit, but if Jared Goff goes down, we're in a whole lot of trouble. And every team's in a whole lot of trouble when their quarterback goes down. Do you need to get a starting number 2 quarterback too?
Well, that's why I think that we have to get, maybe, man, if we can get another nice tackle or guard in there and trade for, like, call me crazy, but if we get Goff down, our season's over. As simple as that.
Yep.
Game over, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Well, that's why I think we can plug another tackle here and there, and maybe trade something, man. This is the heart of our team. If we lose this like strength, then we might as well be good as gone, I would argue. But I thank you, Chris.
No, I appreciate you, brother. It's definitely a watch out. It's something to look for. But I think right now, where we are, we're in pretty good shape. And the thing that's going to give us the most benefit is Hank Fraley and how he keeps these guys ready and how he trains these guys and skills them up. He is fantastic, absolutely fantastical. And I would look for him on the St. Jude show, just so folks know. All right, we're gonna let you go, brother.
Man, I got a phone call coming in. I gotta hang up, dude. Love you, dude.
Right,
Take it easy.
Later.
See ya. Oh,
what's up
man,
with all these
that's
people
great.
getting phone calls?
Everybody's got because they hear them for their friends. It's like when somebody's on TV. I see you on TV. Everyone's calling them, right?
You all right?
Hey, caller, how you doing? What's your name? How much have you had to drink so far? And don't you have to work tomorrow?
I'm Art from Marshall.
Art, how you doing? Don't you have to work tomorrow, Art?
Good. Yeah, I was really worried about that Brent injury, man.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he come back out, and I hope he can play again next game. That that's scary stuff. Because I really believe, I really believe he's one of our best defenders, man.
Yeah,
and
you could argue he is right behind Hutch.
Are we?
Right
oh
there.
yeah.
Wait, are
Oh,
we
yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about we're talking about Brian DeRoy
Brian
Branch.
Branch.
DeRoy Branch, right?
Brian Branch.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, Brian Branch. DeRoy.
Yes, sir. He should be.
Maybe Depoy. I might get ready to go to Depoy and just forget the R.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. Yeah. It was a long game.
Yep.
But
I
tell
mean,
you
if
what,
Branch
that
was
a hell
going
of
to
a
get
game,
injured,
and I tell you what, that was a hell of a game. And I tell you, I don't know. I haven't seen the Lions play like this in a long time. I've been a 40-year fan of theirs, and it's awesome.
Go ahead, Sandman. Kick it.
oh no, I was just going to say, like, if Branch is going to get hurt, this is when, this wasn't a bad game in the scheme of things. We've got 10 days. 10 days to recover, not the normal 7.
Right. And I tell you what, we got some monsters of defense. That bug's come up big today.
I
And
love
I'm
me
glad
some
they finally
bugs.
played him.
You ain't gonna get none because we got bugs, son. I love me some Isaiah Bugs. And we were looking at him. My wife was like, God damn, that guy is big. And I'm like, his shoulder pads look like everybody else's thigh pads on their legs. He's a
monster. I'm glad he got his stuff together, and he's playing well. And you know what? Them Lions, they're for real.
Yeah,
I really believe it.
Yeah. It's lovely. It is absolutely lovely to see. All right, man. We got a couple more calls coming in. We got to get through this. I know Sammy's got an early morning. I got an early morning, and I always have another hour and a half after we get done before everything's
y'all
posted
have
up.
Good night and go Lions.
All right, you too, brother.
Go
Be
Lions.
good. All right, Sandman. One more.
Let's do it.
Okay, you're the most generous I ever knew. Hey, caller, what's your name? How much have you had to drink?
Hey, man, this is Ben Vanderstelt, and I'm just saying there needs to be an asterisk for this game saying that the Packers can't hang with the Lions anymore, man.
They cannot hang because we got more dragging than they got hanging. That's what I know.
And we need you to make a shirt. For every win that we get, there needs to be an asterisk saying that the refs ain't cheating or something like that, man, because I'm tired of that kind of talk.
Yeah, I got you. You keep your eyes open this week. We'll have an asterisk shirt. I've got so many shirts. We've got a Dan Talica shirt. We've got a Mulebacher Death and Taxes shirt that's really, really hot that I got to get up. We got asterisk shirt. We got to work on that. We got a couple other ones coming in, and the one we're really working on is the NFC Central. Or sorry, we already have the NFC Central. NFC North champions. We're going to go 1991 to 2023. Get ready because that baby is going to be rocking. There's also an FTP shirt.
Thank you guys. I love your show, man.
All right, thank you too, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh, man. All right. That's a good one. That's a good one to end on, Sam, man. I want to just really quick kind of tie this together. We've got 10 days until the next game. Okay.
Yep.
Not only do we have 10 days to get better, and the guys, the coaches, they were in the building the night after. They spent the night in Allen Park after the Atlanta game, folks. They put the time in and did the work to get us this. So give credit to that coaching staff for putting in the time and doing the work. We've got 10 games, but 10 days. We've got 10 days before we face a team that really pissed Dan Campbell off last year.
Yep.
The Carolina Panthers. And they're playing in Detroit. And Dan wants his comeuppance. He wants his revenge. He wants them to get their comeuppance. He wants to put Big Dick Dan down in Carolina and show why Carolina failed and not wooing away Ben Johnson. There's a lot of people right now in Detroit that want this win. And we've got 10 days to get ready for our revenge. And I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
It's always such a major bonus when you can win these short week games.
Yeah.
because then, yeah, you have extra time to prepare. You've got extra time to rest up. What a blessing.
It is. It is. And I have to say it. If I look back, if I get to have these feels right now, you talk about blessings. Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn were a blessing in disguise because that's what got us here.
It's hard to knock your past when your present is good.
It is. It is so hard.
But that doesn't stop me from hating Matt Patricia till the day I die.
No, I can't even eat a dip. I can't. I mean, I can't even get like the Dean's chip dip anymore because all I can think of is the 7-layer deal. Oh, God. Matt in the chat, Sandman, you're a blessing. From Matt Left.
Oh,
that's nice.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I think this game, I'm going to rewatch it tomorrow, but I think that top to bottom, this was a dismantling of a team that a lot of people thought was pretty good, that had a hiccup against the Falcons, but beat some teams. And I don't, where does the national media go with the Lions at this point?
It has to go in.
The hype is real. The hype, yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue anymore. Like, they came in and did what they needed to do, and they did it convincingly.
Yeah.
It's time for us fans to buy in too.
No, 100%. It is. And stop dogging. Don't do that stuff to the players. Just enjoy the ride, have fun. I was talking to somebody in this during the game, and they're like, I hate this. I just want the clock to be 0. And I'm like, I'm past that. When we're doing well, I'm enjoying it. I'm not going to sit here in fear anymore because I've had so many frustrating games, so many things stolen away, so many wins that have been seized, or losses that have been seized from the mouth of victory. When it's time to feel good, I'm going to feel good until I shouldn't.
Yep.
That's it. I'm just going to enjoy the ride. And it's been kind of liberating this year to take that little kind of ride. So Carolina coming up. 10 days of rest, 10 days of planning, 10 days of work to get our revenge. There's no better setup for it. Kings of the North, #1 team in the NFC North. We did what we had to do. We have another win at home that we have to get against these Packers. I don't know if they can pull a wild card out. I don't know if we'll have a chance to even face them in the playoffs, especially after our bye week. But these games may be the ones. These may be the ones. And at this point, I just don't see anything slowing down the Detroit Lions' ascension to the top of the division and the playoffs this year. There's nothing I can envision that causes a pause in that march. And I love it.
Yeah, and they've kind of proved that today. And, last week, as a matter of fact, that we're missing a decent amount of key guys. We're playing our 3rd and 4th safeties. Our offensive line was really beat up. They were still beat up a little bit today. They just win.
Yeah.
They just win. And that's a testament to everybody on the team and the coaching staff putting the people in the positions to win. And I'm with you. Time to just ride the train.
Wherever we are, I'm always with you, Andy. Really quick before we have to ask one more time, please go to stjude.org/DLP. All donations tax deductible. It's all for the kids, it's families, helping folks with cancer, helping ensure that when they go through these terrible situations that they don't ever have to pay a dime. We appreciate all the folks that have helped and supported us over the years in doing this. This year's a big one. We're doing the whole season in sponsorship of St. Jude, and we're hoping the Lions take us all the way to the Super Bowl so we can continue to cover and raise money and work to do whatever it takes to both research and cure cancer and help those in need who need that help. I talked on the show, my mom has been diagnosed. I'm like traveling up to Detroit to help her out this week. Everybody I think I know in some way or another has been touched or knows somebody that's been touched by cancer. Do what you can. Help if you can. If you got a couple of bucks, go to stjude.org/DLP, throw them at that, and we appreciate you. We really, really appreciate everyone who helps us raise money and fight the good fight against a real bastard in cancer. All right. With that, don't forget about us on Patreon, patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast, patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. $5 a month there gets you access to the Slack, which is the most intelligent football chat, Lions chat on the internet. Get in there, patreon.com/Detroit Lions podcast. Also follow us on Twitter at Sandman7773, because if you follow him, you're going to know when Slow Lights go live. And it's one of the most educational sets of videos you will watch about football. When it gets slowed down at the magic secret speed that Sandman slows it down to when he does these, you get to see things that you never, ever noticed before. You'll learn more about football watching those films than you will watching the highlight reels that people put together. Slow Lights. Sandman7773 on the Twitter or the X or whatever they call it now. Follow him so you know when that goes live. It's some of the best, like I said, some of the best content you'll see on YouTube. Also, follow us at DET Lions Podcast, DET Lions Podcast. We got some pretty good stuff going out too. Daily stuff for you guys. Give us a call on Skype, Detroit Lions Podcast, all one word, Detroit Lions Podcast, or call us in the Lions line, 248-782-8384. Also, 248-RUB-YOU-FUG. Why wouldn't you do that? Purple Rain 24/7. Appreciate you, man. Vikings fan in the chat that was absolutely fantastic today. St. Jude money, some super chat money, supported the show. Really nice things. Really, really class act. Appreciate you very, very, very much. Go to DetroitLionsPodcast.com. Subscribe to the podcast so we can pop into your ears automatically with all the things that we pop into your ears. And thank you for tuning in. We're going to see you next time on the Detroit Lions Podcast. Sandman, thank you so much for staying late and doing this with me. I appreciate you, man. I know you got a lot to do tomorrow.
Hell yeah, brother.
You're a very, very special cat, brother. No pants, no toasters, no hot tubs, no problems, because we are your Detroit Lions and Reddit connection.